Who's your muse, your flame? It may not be a person. I say who. Mm-hmm. It could be a what, a when, a where.
Ooh. Growing up, it was definitely Beyonce.
What?
She was like
the queen. I did not think that.
All I wanna do is be here.
Hi guys, my name is Sage. We are in the cut here with Zena.
Hey guys, my name is Zena, or Zero, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, nice to meet you. So you're Zero.
Yeah, so I just recently changed my name.
Oh,
so
okay.
I just don't have any music out yet as Zero, so it's...
Okay.
This is my, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, just a little bit of a transition.
Yeah, it's like a reinvention.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So I was born in Dublin, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, and I moved around a lot. I've lived here in New York for about 10 years, but I went to Pennsylvania for high school.
Where did your love for music begin?
My dad, definitely my dad. He's an amazing musician, composer, songwriter, all the works, and he was always playing music when I was growing up, and always playing instruments. I learned so many different instruments just from being around him, and he's a computer programmer. But I know he dreams of being a musician, and like he's writing a musical right now, and he's such a cool guy. But yeah. I think a lot growing up, I just kind of was like I felt like his dream was implanted into me, and I've definitely shaped it to be my own, but definitely came from my dad.
Wow. So do you remember writing your first song?
Ooh, I used to write like songs about my Barbies. Like I would like make them like do things, and I would be like, "You are everything to me," and like have like my Barbies very dramatic, fun little plays. So I don't know, maybe I somewhere in there my first song came about. I learned instruments growing up, a lot of different instruments, and then it wasn't until the past 2 years, honestly, that I was like, oh, maybe I'll be a producer and not just like a singer-songwriter. That I started to take it a lot more seriously. And, I started at SAE, which is very fun. It's very, very male-dominated.
There's only like 2% of people.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Women, I should say.
In the audio engineer. Yeah. It's a lot, but it definitely, I mean, it could always be worse. It could also be a lot better.
We're here.
I hope, I just hope that women, I mean, they're out there. I hope that they can get empowered and realize that, that we can do this. And it's I think probably the hardest thing is with women, if you're a producer, it has to be this, oh, she does it all. She's a Jane of all trades. She's she's sexy. She's got this image, and
it's not.
You can't just be a producer.
It sucks because we can't just get away with making a mumble track on a beat and then we're lit. No, we have to have the whole package. We have to have a story. We have to have this, that, and the third. Yeah. But I think it's powerful for women to pick up all of those skills because 100%. No one can tell us shit. Yeah. At the end of the day. So it's super empowering, and so it leads me to my next question. Like, what are you working on right now?
I'm working on 2 projects for myself. One is more my music. I would categorize it as alternative R&B. And I'm hoping it'll be out in a couple months. And then I have another maybe like short EP. It's comedic.
Okay. A comedic EP.
So I'm it's like comedic music, or it's starting to take form. But I'm really into comedy, and
I'd actually love to hear that. I can imagine that on a lot of sitcom shows. Like,
yeah.
You could, that'd be really freaking cool.
I'm excited. It's because I sometimes catch myself just taking myself way too seriously.
Right.
And I just have to step back and kind of chill and weirdness, and so that's what I'm working on for myself. And then I've started to produce for other people, mainly just my friends that are also artists, and I'm trying to get into that because it's a different dynamic when you are not necessarily collaborating with someone as two songwriters, but you're producing for someone. I'm trying to learn how to best do that, and like when you're a producer or an engineer, where you kind of fit in, because it's different than being the performer. It's definitely different.
So I know you're working on a lot right now. Is there anything out, and please name them, like all your songs, like on Spotify, Apple Music, that so people can go out and grab it?
Yeah, it's really just the one. I have Fragile is my debut single, and that's on Spotify, all the works, but it's under ZXNA, Zixina, I don't know, who knows. So that's there, but there'll be more out very, very soon.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And so, what was the process going behind writing that song, Fragile?
Fragile, yeah. So when I lived in Pennsylvania for a couple of years, I would come to New York every weekend to hang out with my friends, and I would take the bus back, and every single time I would forget my notebook, and so every single time I would go to CVS at Port Authority, and I'd buy a little notebook, and I wrote the first verse, and then I lost that notebook and found it,
wow,
I guess a couple years later, and I was like, oh, nice. And I was then going through another heartbreak with a whole nother person. And so I wrote a second verse and the chorus, and so that kind of came together. And then I revisited it last summer. At that point I was in a really great place with a great person, and that's where the outro came, because I was looking back at the song that I wrote at two different heartbreaks in my life, and I was like, all right, well, like I'll be okay, like it's fine. And so it felt like, wow, like this is like sums up a lot that has happened to me in the past forever.
So who's your muse, your flame? It may not be a person. I say who. It could be a what, a when, a where.
Growing up, it was definitely Beyonce. Like,
what?
She was like
the queen. I did not think that.
I know. She was like my everything growing up. When I was younger, I thought R&B. Because I only listened to R&B, and like I thought it stood for Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, and Beyonce. Like R&B.
Wow.
I was like, oh. That's because, that they were, dominating top 40 when I was growing up, and I was like, oh, R&B, duh. They created a genre for these three, goddesses, duh.
That's actually hilarious.
They definitely, and Beyonce especially as a performer more than anything, amazing. I would say now, though, someone who's kind of stuck with me for a really long time, was Frank Ocean.
Channel Orange literally took me...
I remember the first time I heard Thinking About You, and I was like, whoa, music can make you feel this way? That's crazy.
No, it was really great talking to you, Zero.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. We are in the cut here with Zero. Check this girl out. She's amazing. She's a singer, songwriter, producer. She does everything. And she's only getting started. So stay tuned. Yeah. Do you have any last words to say to the people?
I don't know. Keep making art wherever you are.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you next time.
Oh!